Are you listening to like Newfound Glory?
No, man, REO Speedwagon. Look, their album The Fish. Dude, it sounds good.
That tuning fork.
Oh, it's a tuna fish. Is that supposed to be the pun? You know, I see now that the title of the album is You Can Tune a Piano, but You Can't Tune a Fish. You got that visual pun just by pure visual.
Whoa.
And you don't even play instruments. How'd you know what a tuning fork looks like?
I know what everything is.
You don't know. You don't know what the spot your microphone looks like.
I know what everything looks like.
You don't know what proper audio levels look like. No, I guess they look alright.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get into the red.
Say this part's Eric talking.
This part's Eric talking. See, that's fine. I think
this
it's that
part's Dan talking.
It's that fucking REO Speedwagon.
This part's fucking God talking.
It's that fucking REO Speedwagon that's fucking throwing off the levels, man.
You know, people say that they're like a soft rock band, but this is hard.
Hard as a rock, baby.
And you know what? What do you expect out of a band called Speedwagon?
Yeah, we're soft rock.
Our band's called The Mustangs. We play easy listening. We're the 67
Coupe de Villes.
What are other things you can put an age on?
Not women, know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. I got a hot 67 KitchenAid mixer. What am I know where they keep the sweat?
Where do they keep the sweat?
What am I know where she keeps the sweat?
Where do they keep her sweat?
Where do they keep her sweat?
Is there a sweat bank?
I'm horny Thanos.
I know there's sweat bands.
I'm just Thanos who likes ladies.
Aren't most bands sweat bands?
Sweat bands.
They sweat a lot.
Oh my god. I gotta tell you about this band I did a show with. In West Virginia. Holy
Led
cow.
Zeppelin.
I wish. The opening band thought they were Led Zeppelin.
Were they getting blown by a 15-year-old?
No, they were like, I was like, it was one of those situations where you're like, oh, cool, the opening band's about to start. And then you're like, wait, if the opening band's going to play, they should turn down this Black Crowes song they're playing on the house PA. Never mind.
Never mind. That would just end the band.
Yeah. No, that band was cool. It was one of those things where it's like a bunch of 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
And the singers are like, we're going for it, man. I'm going to be shirtless, leather pants. We're fucking... And then, like, the bass player's
I'm going to make
like,
all the guys want to fuck me.
The bass player's like, hell yeah, man, I agree. I got this long hair and, like, a cool goatee. And then the guitar player's like, I like all kinds of music. So he's just like, it's like, dude, you got to commit. And then the drummer can kind of look however they want.
Yeah, the drummer, yeah. They could be naked back there. I don't think anyone would notice.
G.G. Allen's drummer. Naked drummer.
How long do you think Def Leppard could have gotten away with just not mentioning that guy only had one arm?
People knew it was an issue. It was a problem.
You know how little, but he was good at it, right?
It'd
He
be
nailed
like
it.
if at the height of her fame, J-Lo lost an ass cheek.
J low prices for the new J Lo with one ass cheek.
No, man, this band, so they're rocking out. They were cool, and then this other band went out before me. So it was this band, and then I was about to do comedy, and they go out, and it's just two like sexy dudes. It's like we're hot 24-year-old boys.
Yeah.
And then they go out. And right before they go on stage, they play this recording. So you hear over the PA system, the year is 2021, and rock and roll has been named illegal.
That's the current year.
And then some other should have said, and then that band walks out, and then it's just a drummer and a guy, and then all their songs are like the system.
Of a down?
I wish, dude. I would have so much preferred the sound guy just turns them down, pops in, fucking
throws on toxicity.
We're gonna build a prison. Fountains, pogo, pogo, pogo. I'd love that. No, I mean, so this band, they're rocking out. They only have like 6 songs. They're so bad.
More sound guys should just start playing other songs and be like, I thought I was supposed to make it sound good.
Yeah, exactly. You know, make this band sound better if I turn down them and turned up REO Speedwagon.
Yeah.
Roll with the
You can't
changes.
tune a fish. Do you get it? He's on mic.
Your band probably doesn't have a fucking pun in your name.
What are you called?
What are you called? Shark Twain? Oh, it is a pun? Even worse.
Terrible.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I didn't even mention this part. The band also, when they walked out on stage, took their shirts off instantly.
Oh, nice.
The drummer, a lot of tattoos. Singer, no tattoos.
Well, he's Christian.
I spent a lot of my set riffing on their lack of shirts. I said, most bands go to town trying to sell t-shirts. These boys go town to town trying to get shirts.
Trying to just find new shirts.
And I saw it. They had shirts.
Yeah, of course they did.
Because this dive bar is a strict no shirts, no shoes, no Nazis policy. That's always a fun gag because a lot of like cool bars now have like a no Nazi sticker on the door. So like you're hanging. I
don't know why "cool" is in air quotes in your mind for the.
No, they're
policy.
cool bars. Nothing's cool. I've never thought a thing is cool in my life. Like I've thoroughly enjoyed stuff, but I've never been like, this is cool.
This is a cutting edge.
We'll have like no Nazis.
Yeah.
And then you just at the bar you like pay as soon as you give the door guy money, you look at that and you just go, oh.
Do you do refunds?
Actually. Yikes.
I'll give you this wristband back.
1, 2, 3.
If I can keep my armband.
We might have to move my portion of the show outside. Maybe I could be like an under 21-year-old guy, and I'll hang out outside, and then I'll come in, go right onto the stage,
right on
do
stage,
my set, and you leave.
Get out.
I don't want to get you guys in trouble.
I don't want to listen. I know you got company policy.
I don't want to disrupt your no Nazi policy.
But I still want to play my set.
Because I follow all your policies. That policy, all sticker-based policies. No ass, no gas, no...
No ass, no grass, no cash. Living large.
I keep on trucking. I have never stopped trucking.
I haven't once stopped trucking.
That's nice, because a lot of those, like, you're out there in a VW bus, and then you're driving a semi.
Yeah.
So you can pay for your fucking bitch of a wife. We're going to have to cut this part.
We'll start over. What you think there are any bumper stickers that are
Roll
like
with the changes.
You think there are any bumper stickers that are like keep on sucking? And it's just a guy just blowing a
that'd be a cool tattoo. You get that font on your pelvis.
You just get that above. Just right above. In between the belly button and your dick.
It's great because when you describe dumb tattoos to people, I'll be like, I have a friend who has the guns from Duck Hunter tattooed on their hips. And then it's like half the population is like, what a fucking jackass. And then other people are like, I want to fuck that guy.
I'm writing that down. That's a great idea.
No, you're driving out there in a truck, you're a trucker, and you're like, hey man, I wish I quit this job. You know what I mean? Followed my dreams because it's 1971. And I just found out about hippie shit. And then you look out there and you see a VW bus with a bunch of hippies having fun. Yeah. And then you're like, yeah, that's the life. And then you see their bumper sticker, keep on trucking.
Well, I guess I gotta now.
The grass is always greener. Fucking A, man.
I wish this grass was greener.
And you do the honk honk, and then all the hippies flip you off. They call you a racist.
What was I supposed to do?
They call you a fascist. And slowly the political divide grows. No, that band, though, didn't wear no shirts.
We sold them all.
Okay, I guess I was done with that story.
The band comes on stage with no shirts and it's like, we're out of merch. Sorry, guys.
I did. I told him, I'm not falling for this trick. You got to buy my shirts. I said, I know, because it was a two-piece. I was like, you guys save a lot of room.
They were wearing a two-piece.
They were wearing two-piece pants. It was one leg on each
I'm
leg.
going to start describing just my clothes as two pieces.
I'm wearing a two-piece.
I'm wearing a two-piece right now.
I'm wearing a two-piece.
Jeans and a shirt. I'm wearing a two-piece.
Are people ever like, I'm going to grab my two-piece? And then you're like, well, I guess I'll grab my three-piece. You're just wearing a full pinstripe suit. I'm ready for a dip. Just a dip in the stocks.
Spinning here. Wait, that reminds me. When was the Great Depression?
The 1929, the 30s.
1929? Okay.
Why do you have a supplement?
No.
How is this going to involve a supplement? No, man. Rock and roll is not illegal, though.
Not yet.
That was the weirdest part about that band.
1921.
Yeah.
2021 isn't over yet.
They're like, rock and roll is illegal. And I was like, you guys are playing
You're
a show.
in a rock club.
You're in a fucking building.
CDs.
Yeah, I wish they had CDs.
I wish they'd CDs.
CDs nuts.
Oh,
I
you
miss
got
those
me.
days, meeting a band at a show and being like, you guys want to trade CDs? And then both of you just throw them out 6 hours later.
And you both just waste your...
Hey, do you want to mutually waste merch?
Hey, how about we give each other garbage?
Yeah. How about we lose potential revenue together?
You might as well
as
just
friends.
give them like. You might as well just be like, you got any trash in your van? I'll take your Gatorade bottles if you take my rotten cheese.
They should do that. Bands on the road should be like, hey, cooler swap. Snack swap.
Here's some hummus. Ooh.
Whoa.
Here's some singlet wraps. What the fuck are those things
Do
called?
not do a snack swap with Gigi Allen's band. We ran into those guys in Roanoke. Good Lord, their
God.
chips were smashed. We're giving them nice individual small bags of tortilla chips that my uncle who works at a school got us. Giving us a smashed up sack of graham
Used
crackers.
diapers. They say it's going to be good for 3 days.
They gave us a Tupperware full of shit. We said, what is this? They said, it's first round poop. We said, what? And they said, that means it's good for eating.
Yeah, it's not contaminated.
And then he was drinking. I said, what do you got there? That drink, he goes, sucking around.
I did get pink eye when I was a child, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
How?
His uncle was into... No.
Oh, my God.
No, I don't know how I got it. You're a kid, you get pink eye. It just happens.
You're a kid, you get pink eye.
You're a kid, you get pink
And you know
eye.
your dad is just farting without pants on.
I thought I gave myself pink eye once.
Yeah, you're a kid, you get pink eye. Dad, can you stop sitting on my swim goggles? I gotta go to the meet.
Harley, you want something between your knees?
Harley Davidson. The motorcycle.
The motorcycle, the movie.
Hey, how about this? It's like an intro, and it's like an American institution, power, sex appeal, what? Some other adjectives.
Horsepower.
Harvey. it's a Harley. It says Harvey Weinstein. It's instead of Harley Davidson.
Harvey Weinstein motorcycles.
It's an ad for Harvey Weinstein. They play it before a Kevin Smith film at Cannes.
They play it before Jay and Silent Bob struck back too many times.
It struck back.
Jay and Silent Bob have struck out.
Hey, the baseball fucking theme one.
That's what Variety said.
Wow, you think they did?
I
think that movie probably made money.
sure it made money. He sells his movies in the weirdest way. He's like, I'll spend $10 making the movie.
The budget of this movie is just whatever cash is in the register at the many fast food restaurants I frequent.
I went around robbing Hardee's,
They let me borrow it until they have to close out the till for the day.
but I don't come back.
So I just keep alternating between the 5. I go, oh, I'll have your cash in a second, and then I use fucking.
I'm gonna start doing that in
I
places.
use the Burger King till.
While I'm cashing, like while they're giving me my change at like a Walmart, I'd be like, "Can I borrow $5 too?"
You mean quick changing people?
It's like a step below quick changing.
I always love when you're like at a thing and you're like, you're pulling out cash and you're like, I'm 75 cents, and they're like, I got it. You're like, damn.
This guy's rich.
What the fuck?
How much do they pay at the Speedway?
I should bag at CVS. It's a bagger. It's not even the guy at the register.
I got it.
That guy has got like a.
The pharmacist in the back. I got aisle 3, checkout lane 3. I got that. It's fine.
Guy rolls up on roller skates with one of those belts with quarters. I would love to have one of those.
That'd be great. I'd love to work at Sonic.
I'd love to work the door of a comedy show with one of those and instantly run out of change. It's $12 tonight. Oh, out of a 20.
It's open mic night, so it's only $2 to get in. You got one of those braces on. I'd like to go to a strip club with one of those and
Now,
make
please,
it rain.
the show's already started, so when you enter the showroom, please be quiet.
Oh my god!
That dog fucked up our bit.
Do you not like change?
That dog hates change. He hates rhythmic-based comedy. He's gonna hate when we do an episode where the whole episode is the Bo Diddley beat. CRISPR people.
It's about gene editing.
No, I know. How is it? Have you read the book?
No, I'm not that far into it yet. It's about some Chinese guy who was taking little liberties with science allows.
Hey-o.
It's true.
What's he been up to?
They were like, man, we should not be editing gene DNA. And he was like, well, what if I put out a Craigslist ad and do it anyways?
He was like, what if I've caused a situation where we have to look into mRNA? Talking about mRNA.
Yeah, he was like, all right, so I need some people with AIDS to fuck people without AIDS and figure out if their kid has AIDS.
Is that what he did?
It's something like that. It's pretty fucking wild.
And it worked?
He really is like an outlaw scientist. No, because he won't like release his findings. Because he's like in too much trouble.
The Bob Lazar of fucking... Yeah. He's like, I made it work, but I'm on the run. I can't publish my findings because I'm on the run. I gotta go. Just a guy calling into the medical version of Coast to Coast AM. I know a way where we can make blind people know whether or not their children are going to be blind or have sight. I gotta go.
I don't have time. I'm being told I have to go.
They found me. We can make your kid taller. They're on to me.
What color eyes do you want? I know how. I gotta go.
I know too much.
I know too much.
I know too much.
Oh wait, that reminds me. I didn't tell you about my. I went to that show.
Eric's return to stand-up comedy.
At the greatest comedy
When's the
venue.
last time you think you did stand-up comedy?
I don't know. I really have no idea. It's been a while though.
Pre-quarantine.
But yeah, I guess so. But I got a little wild hair in my taint, and
And you're like, I gotta tell people about this.
this thing is ingrown.
I gotta see if someone in the audience has tweezers.
I don't have a lot of friends,
Yeah.
so I figured I'd go to an open mic.
Oh yeah.
But we followed, or I followed. We went
did a
together.
duo, double act.
We went up together. You don't remember?
Even Jack Harlow.
And this is a fellow who.
I'm doing 6 shows at all Louisville's most famous venues.
The Comedy Caravan.
Comedy Caravan.
Don Kreckles.
Don Kreckles. It's me with Don Kreckles. I'm opening for Don Kreckles.
I got a live orchestra backing me up instead of beats.
That is great. If you're listening to this and you have access to a comedy venue, whenever it's not comedy, have a bunch of old people play big band jazz in it.
Because
they seem to draw a crowd.
They draw a crowd.
And also, there's like 50 people in the band.
So if they all bring one friend.
You're selling so many drinks.
There we go.
No, his influences are probably a bunch of comics who he met once and they were vaguely polite to him.
Yeah.
And then in order to make himself feel better, he's like, no,
that guy is great.
Fucking, what's that guy's? The Hal Sparks is my favorite comic. It's like, are you sure he's not just a comic you're friends with, and that by saying he's great, it makes you
he's not
feel better
just great
about yourself?
He's the next George Carlin.
George Carlin.
That was. I don't think we've ever talked about that. That your friend was just like, she was like, I love that guy. And I was like, he told me one time that he thinks Hal Sparks is the next George Carlin.
And then she's like, that can't be true.
No way. She texts him and like 5 minutes later, he's like, if he keeps going how he's going. If he keeps going how is Hal Sparks going? Hal Sparks is the most inert career.
That guy's at like a dinner party and his phone rings and they're like, oh, who's texting you? He's like, you guys know I love it. Just another person trying to... No one ever believes that I love Hal Sparks.
You guys know how I feel about Hal Sparks. This is also someone who still watches The Simpsons.
They do? How do you know that?
Because it's another thing that just astounded me.
Oh, okay.
He was like, it's not as bad as they say. I'm like, listen, first of all, it was never that great.
Simpsons is great.
I don't know, man.
Hey, man, there's a Bart will go like, no, wait.
Homer Carumba.
No, this is Bart. Oh, wait, that's Bart. Homer Carumba.
Homer Carumba.
The Simpsons will be right back.
Brand Duff Beer.
I feel like The Simpsons is, you want to talk about psyops.
I didn't say that.
Which is the thing the most of this podcast we've been discussing. Fucking The Simpsons, that's like... So George Clooney,
Carlin,
George Lucas owns like anti-Star Wars shit. He like makes T-shirts that's like Greedo shot first or whatever.
Oh yeah.
He like owns anti-Star Wars stuff. And The Simpsons, remember how they're always like Fox sucks.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, The Simpsons is awesome.
It's like Matt Groening is laying in a Fox 20th century poster board bed.
And they're just like, doesn't Fox suck? And then we as fans are like, The Simpsons is so cutting edge and counterculture. So it's like, was The Simpsons...
This show's like the next Family Guy.
Was The Simpsons just the test run for like modern politics?
Sure, man.
Where it's like the Democratic Party's like, yeah, Democrats suck, right?
Don't you all agree?
Yeah.
My name's, don't you all agree? My name's AOC.
My name's Eat My Shorts, Nancy Pelosi. Why don't we all get out there and have a cow?
A cow, Senator. A bunga into the primaries, guys.
Politics stink, right?
Vote for me.
Joe Biden's ghost next year. No, Tom just hit me. Like with his paw, he didn't, but he hit me with a fist. Hell yeah. Do you think Martin Luther King Jr., because he was up there he did the I Have a Dream speech thing live.
How many other dreams do you think he had?
This is what I'm wondering. Was he up there and he's like, because he was a pro orator. He was a great orator. And we all know the best orators make it seem like it's off the cuff.
Yeah.
So is he up there and he's like, just chatting with the audience, and he's like, anyone ever have a dream?
Anyone ever have a dream?
And then some guy's like, yeah, I had a dream where I was an ear of corn growing out of the ground. And then it's
wild. An ear of corn.
An ear of corn, huh? Well, I had a dream.
I had a dream. And let me tell you about it.
That one day, and then the corn guy's just like, fuck. And then throughout the I Have a Dream speech, he just keeps being like, we're black children, white children, even corn children. And the crowd starts laughing. The corn guy's like, this is funny, but I'm also never going to come to a speech again.
I'm never watching a speech again.
I feel this. I come to watch, not to be in the spotlight.
I'm putting in earplugs from now on. I'm never listening to speech again.
Yeah. Can someday play together in fields of
Corn.
that guy's corn.
In fields of that guy right there.
All right, everybody, we got to get out of here and go to bed.
And these
Where I'll do an encore in your dreams.
and this problem's gonna be a maze of corn.
Hey, maybe that guy can help us out.
Maybe this guy can help grow us to the solution.
He left. Are you sure he's not just in the bathroom? No, he paid his tab.
No, he paid his tab. He was crying.
He left $40 on the table.
He was crying. He was sad.
They're selling drinks at the I Have a Dream speech. That one day, children, popcorn,
Popcorn here. Popcorn.
popcorn.
You know, my grandfather was at the I Have a Dream speech. Really? How did he feel? He was like, oh, he was busy. He had like 12 tables.
He was going to watch the second show, but then there wasn't a second show.
He was too busy trying to split up checks for a 12 top. He was trying to add gratuity.
My grandpa was at the I Have a Dream speech giving out parking tickets.
My grandpa's at the I Have a Dream speech selling illegal parking spots. He was scalping tickets.
There must be people like some old guy who was like, I was at the I Have a Dream speech. I was going around grabbing women's asses.
Boy, did my fingers get wet that day.
I was goosing everybody.
You were crying? You were like weeping and your fingers got wet? No, from pussies.
It's like, yeah, we don't talk about my grandpa. I always thought that I didn't have anyone in my family who was in the army at all.
I knew Malcolm X too. I bought a gun from him once.
I bought a gun from Malcolm X. That's like fucking James Brown. I went to his hometown in Augusta or Macon or whatever, and I think it's Augusta. And I'm walking around and I'm like asking people, I'm like, "Oh, you guys know James Brown?" They're like,
You guys know James
"Well, because he's
Brown.
from there and a bunch of old people." So I'd be like, "Yeah," and then all these people are like, "James Brown's an asshole." Like everyone fucking hated him. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, my grandma worked at a hotel and he beat her up one day because
Jesus.
she didn't have any rooms for him."
Jesus.
It was Christmas. It's like everyone's story. Like it's like the way people are like, we need to tear down that Civil War general statue. They're like, we should get rid of the fucking James Brown statue. That guy was an asshole.
Let's light the Richard Pryor statue on fire. Well, that might be an honor.
That's an honor. It's an effigy. They should have given him like an eternal flame type situation.
That would have been great. And from now on in Peoria, the Richard Pryor flame will always burn.
It's up high, man. They could just make it like a street lamp.
We should start a website. You think there's still any money in that?
Dude, there's so much money. I bet.
Now that Facebook is Meta, do you think we can become Facebook?
We should buy pizza.com.
Dude, let's get tits.org.
I always love that where they're like, the guy who got pizza.com made $1 billion. It's like, who's like, was Pizza Hut really like, fuck, we don't have pizza.com.
We need it.
Sure, we have pizzahut.com.
Pizzapie.com. Pizzapizza.com. We
guess-
stole that out from Little Caesars.
Yeah, did everyone just own everyone else's shit? Look, we'll sell you Subway.com, which we own.
but it'll cost you $1 billion.
Well, you got to trade us Arby's.com, which we will then trade to Arby's.
To Arby's, and then we'll trade, and then Arby's is going to give us JerseyMikes.com, and then a gay porn website is going to pay us $3 billion for Jersey Mikes.
McDonald's thinks we're buying it for them, but really we're going to fuck them in the deal.
Oh,
that'd be fun to be in the .com bubble. Just some guy who's like
rolling around in a website.
in a bubble. How many parts? Because those things kind of existed at the same time. Those big clear bubbles that people would like run inside of.
And they're just rolling around like, look at me, I'm in my .com bubble. I paid for it with my .com money.
To celebrate the Netscape launch. Make sure to have fun in the .com bubble. And then they're like, wait, bubble's like a bad thing. Why do you already know about the bubble?
How did you tell the future?
Why do you know and are celebrating a bad thing in the future?
Now, Kevin Nealon can play anybody.
He can play Kevin Nealon. I feel like this is a thing Kevin Nealon would say in like an interview. People are like, can you do an impression? He's like, I can do an impression of Kevin Nealon. That's his type of comedy.
Hysterical.
His type of comedy is like the type of comedy that's like a very funny guy at a business lunch would be doing.
Yeah. A guy who's up next for promotion, just based on charm only, really.
The salmon special. Well, it better be. We're paying $15 a plate for it.
Kevin, that's pretty cheap for salmon.
Kevin, you bastard.
Kevin, you fuckface.
You've got the promotion at the comedy writing firm. At the salmon joke firm.
You're the head writer for salmon.com. We're paying you $3 million a year.
Well, that kind of money, I'll be in some good pink. Is that a salmon joke?
Or a pussy joke? Because now you're writing for pussy.com.
Now we've got you. We own a lot of websites. We started as a squatter, and then eventually we were like, well, we own pizza.com.
I'm going to start billing, like, if I ever just start doing comedy again, I would just start billing myself as the head writer for Pornhub.com.
Hell yeah. I start all my sets now by walking out and going, hey, man, some comics out here, they just tell jokes. I just talk about my life. This is all true. I do my bits.
I do my bits.
I
want to fuck a dog.
And I do jokes.
I'd like to fuck a dog. What about marrying a gorilla or something?
Hey, I did that joke today. I haven't done that joke in like 5 years, and I did it tonight because I did a really weird show, and I was doing weird bit. I was trying to.
I was there. I didn't want to admit it.
You weren't there. I would have known.
In the corner.
There were enough people that I would have known. I would have even noticed that a shape in the corner.
I was wearing a toupee.
Were you the guy holding all the chafing dishes?
Yes. I was incognito as a caterer. I know you don't pay attention to the help.
Chafing dish. It writes itself.
I'd also like to get a job as a comedy writer and just do that.
It practically writes itself.
It writes itself.
Guys, it practically writes itself.
Do you want to write it?
I'm going to go.
I'm going to go home. It writes itself.
It writes itself.
I'm clocking out early. I'd love to get a job as a comedy writer and then at the end of the day be like, so do I need to like put the chairs up or sharpen some pencils before I leave?
You just try to sell merch at the end of every day.
No, you're looking for side work.
Hey, a lot of you guys were laughing at some of the stuff I was saying at work today.
Does anyone want to buy my CD?
Anyone's interested? I've got CDs, buttons, shirts, a zine I made about...
Zine I made about how to become a comedy writer?
about how to steal food from the break
work.
room at comedy writing offices at salmon.com. You're watching salmon.com. It's pink.
Ew. Ew.
That's the full audio. It's pink. Ew.
I don't like it.
E-Bomb's world. It's next to Uranus. Because it's like a world. Because we're doing the world thing.
We're doing a whole world thing.
The motif is space. On this ad.
What about the
this ad campaign for E-Bomb's
What about
world.
the E-Bombs world, like, expanded universe?
Yes.
Like, it's a whole world, so there's so much you could explore.
Yeah, it's
What about, like F-Bombs world?
in Star Wars, are they ever like, oh my god, the Death Star's blowing up E-Bomb's world? It's just like
What's next? Albino black sheep planet?
the refugees have arrived, and it's just like a flash
Goatsy.
video of Goatsy. You got fucking Homestar Runner or whatever the hell. You got that game where it's like a flash game where it's you try to get laid.
Leisure Suit Larry?
No, that is similar. This was like a guy in the 90s. This was Michael Eisner from Disney. The guy who runs Disney had a son who in the late 90s was like, what if Maxim was clickable?
Sexy.
Ooh, it's pink.
This is a disgusting thing I've ever
No, I
heard.
think it was called romp.com,
That
which
sounds-
is like, how people talk about the word moist being gross.
romp.
Romp.com. Ugh. Ramp, romp, rump,
Rump is hard.
remp. Remp.
I'm a simp, but just for Ren.
My name's Dave Remp. I have a job.
My name's Dave Remp, employed.
Hey, what if there's a character whose name was Dave Remp?
It writes itself.
It practically writes itself.
He's got a job.
You're tied to your. They've tied you to your chair. You instinctively try to get up after saying writes itself.
All right. I mean, he's got a job.
He's got a job. Did you just hear the lunch bell?
Is that the?
Okay, I get it. No one wants to buy any merch.
I get it. You guys don't like my buttons.
Well, if you have any gas money, I'm touring with a band who's having a hard time because apparently rock and roll is illegal.
It's 2021.
And rock and
And
roll
rock is illegal.
They have actually made it illegal.
They've outlawed it.
It was one of those bands where they're like, we're a punk band. And it's like, well, thank God you told me because I would not.
I would never would have guessed.
I fucking would have.
I would have thought you were a cover band.
I thought these are all just Foo Fighters B-sides.
We're a punk rock cover band, which means we're drunk.
Yeah, can you do bands where you're just like, we're Boston's #1 punk band, and then you just play like alternative country?
Well, what's more punk than this,
You just
man?
wait for someone to kick your ass.
You trying to help me move?
This dog
Billy?
is just moving around boxes of books at this point.
trying to help me move.
He's wagging, so he's loving it. Oh, his bone went
bone
behind
went
the
in the
box.
box, yeah.
What if he just pulls up? Oh my God, he pulled up Not That Kind of Woman, the Lena Dunham memoir,
Not that kind of girl.
and he's reading it. Well, I can't see the title because the dog's
He's got his glasses on.
his paws holding down the cover, so he can read about how Lena Dunham's mom invented the selfie. She invented the selfie back in the 70s when she hired another photographer
To take a picture of her.
to take picture of her and other objects from far away. And in doing so, invented the bicycle. No, the selfie.
The bicycle. She invented electricity.
I forgot because it has nothing to do with any of that. Imagine the guy who did invent the selfie. So many kids probably got like beaten by their father because they were like, "I'll take a photo of myself from in front of the camera." And then
You know how much that just cost me?
Johannes,
That cost me millions.
we'll have to march a fortnight to get more powder for the Flash.
All right, fine. I'll get you your fucking bone, man.
Hell yeah. Eric is calling me up a lady. New York's funny because all these people are like, I'm going to move there. There's like 1 billion people. It's like, so you just need options.
So you're just doing a numbers game.
So your whole life is a numbers. You don't have any confidence in yourself as like an individual. You're like, it's all numbers.
I'll roll the dice.
Eventually, someone will quit. And
Someone's gonna quit their job.
And I'll be the only one. I'll apply the day all the other applications got lost in the mail.
It's gonna happen.
Eventually, a cute girl will get dumped. And
I'll be there.
I'll be at the pizza place.
I'll be at the bodega.
Bodega.
I'll be at the bodega.
Bodega.
She'll be shopping for some ice cream.
I want to go to
I'll be by my Pringles.
I want to go to New York for like a week and then just keep texting people who I know and be like, "Hey, I'm in New York. You want to meet up? I'm at the Statue of Liberty." And just keep making people come, like, meet me at the Statue of Liberty.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, we'll meet up. No, I'll be here for a few hours.
I'll be here for a bit. To Ellis
to
Island.
New York City.
Right back
the
to
greatest
Ellis.
city on earth. Hey, they have all those triangle flying saucers that they've seen on the East Coast. How do they know it's not just some Tony slices?
Maybe it's just Lady Liberty farting.
Original Ray's big cheese slice.
Do you just have the one size?
I want to go to like a place like
I
that.
get a small.
A pizza by the slice place and be like, can I have like 4 of these?
How many of these can I buy at once?
Can I have 4 to 8 of these depending on the location of doing this bit?
Oh.
Man, that'd be nice to work at pizza by the slice place and then be the guy who's like, I just take it to
Be the guy whose job it was to eat all the extra pizza at the end of the night.
the city. It's like government fucking budgets. If all the pizzas are gone,
We gotta make less.
the
next
mafia
time.
doesn't send us the sauce tomorrow.
Yeah, that scene in The Soprano where Tony Soprano pushes a pizza guy against a wall. He's like, if you want your sauce.
You want your fucking ricotta.
Classic ricotta on pizza. Everyone loves that. I get a ricotta and olives.
Tony, we're going under. You keep making me order shit that's not on the fucking menu.
I can make those chicken breasts disappear for you, okay?
I was watching A Kitchen Nightmare, and there was an Italian restaurant, like pizzeria.
Yeah.
And they were like, Gordon Ramsay was very mad about how much stuff they had frozen. So he did the thing where he pulls out all of the frozen stuff.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, you've got so much chicken breast. And there was a moment when I was like, are we about to find out that he's like, I got a really good deal on it all?
Well, listen, my Costco card was going to expire.
Look, buddy, I got when it rains, it pours. Now, man, do you think they've ever, because sometimes they'll be like, he's like, I brought in 2 chefs. They're going to be with you guys for a month and get this place off the ground. And it's just 2 transient guys Gordon Ramsay vaguely knows. But it's like, have they ever, like, we all know chefs are fucking,
Yeah, they're kind
it's
of
like being a
hobo-ish.
damn pirate with less honor. It's like a pyre with no plank, man. Fucking. It's like,
at least when the pirates dropped the tack on the ground, they would, you know, maybe wash it off with a little seawater.
yeah.
These guys are just dropping pepperonis, picking them right back up.
Gordon Ramsay's like, hey, you know what this small town Iowa family-owned business needs? Some guy I vaguely know who's willing to just relocate.
Like a guy, like the equivalent of a guy who opened for you one time.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, yeah, Louis C.K., you should take this guy on tour with you and help rehabilitate your career. Oh man, that'd be a great one. What about comedian rescue?
I mean,
so many people are getting canceled these days.
No, that's what I mean. Is how often on Kitchen Nightmares are like Gordon Ramsay's crew is just like they call back the restaurant and be like, yeah, we'd like to do a follow-up like visit to you guys, show the restaurant, and they're like, oh, we had to close. Why? We got sued because one of our hostesses was one of the chefs Gordon brought along
fucked a 15-year-old hostess.
Yeah, so
and her dad's the mayor.
So we have to close.
And on his way out, he took the cash register.
Yeah, so thanks, Gordon.
How are we even gonna do business?
Thanks, Jeff Ramsay. That's what I'd call him. I'd go, yes, Jeff. Dude, I couldn't do that because he eats like everywhere. He'll just be like,
I don't think it's fair that he like dissects his food.
yeah,
either.
but think about how gross like some of those places are, and then he's still just bring me 5 things on the menu. I'm gonna take a bite of all of them.
It is kind of a Russian roulette thing.
Yeah, and then he's like, and then tomorrow we'll find out there's black mold everywhere.
And then later I'm gonna go in your freezer and see that everything I ate is rotten. Do you think anyone's ever asked a Michelin star chef to like change their tires?
Oh, definitely.
Been like, what? You don't know this, Stu? How did you get 3 stars? Then?
Dude, I
thought it was food, tires, and hotels.
That would be a great.
You gotta be good at all of them.
You got a big fat chef that Gordon's like fighting with.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, he's looking less like a Michelin chef, more like the Michelin man.
You should sell that insult to Gordon.
I should. That is like really good. I feel like
good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
You look more like the Michelin man. Gordon Ramsay has been canceled for fat shaming.
Hey, fat boy. He does call people fat boy.
Fat boy, you've lost the plot.
You've lost the plot
because you've sat on it.
And you've also lost the pot.
You fucking sat on the toilet.
You sat on the
into your anus, mate.
You absorbed it.
You went into your butt, mate.
Boy.
There, he walks out in frustration at the end of lunch rush. And he does the whole like, I'll go to get some fresh air. He does that whole thing. And he comes out and then clearly startles one of the chefs who is smoking weed out on the patio. Because he suddenly is talking to this other guy who's not Mike, so it wasn't like a planned thing.
Yeah.
And the other guy doesn't have any he's not smoking any cigarettes. And he's just hanging out in the alleyway prior to Gordon coming out and clearly surprising him.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this place is fucking crazy, mate. I know you're in the dish pit. Give me a fucking money.
Let me hit that, buddy.
This place is mental.
This place is mental. I need to get a little Grental. The guy is just like, am I this high?
You don't let your fucking server smoke weed.
No, I'm a dishwasher. Well then, son, puff on.
That would be great. It's him doing the whole thing, like, and you have like when he'll find out that like you don't let the servers keep their tips, like it's one of those type moments. But it's him with the server just walking up to the manager. Hold on, she tells me you aren't allowed to be high at work. What the fuck's wrong with you, mate? The bloody servers.
This dishwasher tells me that he's not allowed to smoke weed. The servers say they can't get drunk in their car.
It's a fucking restaurant, mate.
What kind of place are you trying to run here?
It's fucking...
Yeah, none of them have to take the job seriously. They're fucking servers, mate.
There's a Mexican restaurant in Aurora, Colorado. What do you expect these young boys to do?
Anyone below management in a restaurant's fucking...
You're telling me that the hostesses aren't allowed to fuck anyone in the restaurant? Let alone everyone.
What's the bloody point? How do they know who to give tables to? She brought out a display dessert to show Gordon. And she's like, yeah, this scoop isn't ice cream, it's actually butter. Like, we use it to like for display. Yeah. And then he picks up the thing under it and he's like, look, the thing under it's all moldy. And it's like, well, yeah, but also the thing on top is butter.
It's also not real.
Yeah, like,
it's not like it's food.
Yeah, you're really picking out fucking... really nitpicking.
It'd be like they have like one of those giant fork and spoons on the wall, and it's like, well, who's gonna eat with that? This restaurant's ridiculous.
That fork's not even dusted. It doesn't even fit in the dish pit.
What's that dog waiter gonna do? How would he even hold the tray?
Have they ever had episodes where he's like, everything's fine except the fucking dishes?
Get some new plates,
and
mate.
It's just 45 minutes of Gordon teaching like a dish guy and a bus boy. You gotta work in teams. You can't bring him a tub that's not full.
Scrape the plates.
Scrape the plates.
Scrape the plates, my boy. Good God.
Don't spray when they're putting the tub down. They're gonna miss the server.
Are neither of you high?
That's great, man. Being high.
The first problem is this owner's here. What's this restaurant coming to where the owner's present?
It's true. How often is he like? He goes in and he's like, this place is chaos and everyone's like working shitty. Then the staff has to just be like, yeah, because the fucking owners are here.
Nothing ever goes right when he's here.
Yeah. Usually they're gone and we can just actually do our jobs.
With this guy nitpicking every 2 minutes.
Come by when they're not here.
That telling me the bathroom's dirty in the middle of service.
Most of the time. That guy's a Jamaican PhD candidate. Jamaican food cannot be cooked fresh every day.
It cannot.
It cannot be cooked fresh every day. That episode's great because that's one of those episodes where he's like, I have so much respect for you, ma'am, but you don't know how to run a restaurant.
Yeah, it's like, you're a doctor.
You're a doctor, and you ran in the Olympics.
You're a black woman.
And you're a single mother, and you're a black woman, and I know about history.
I know things about stuff.
Hashtag.
But good God, is your food dog shit.
Hashtag BLM, but good God, ma'am.
I'm all for reparations, but is this the way? To let you own a shitty restaurant.
Jamaican food can't be cooked fresh every day.
It can't.
We
should go to that Jamaican food place around the corner.
What if that turns out it was just a translation error and she's like, because we are only open 5 days a week.
Wow, why would I make the fresh food on Sunday and Monday?
Cook every day.
It would go bad.
And when would we serve it if from the next day we are also cooking
We have
fresh
it
food?
already. We have to go through the not fresh food. FIFO. Gordon, FIFO.
Gordon.
This process will never be stopped if I have to cook fresh every day. We are only open 4 days a week.
It can't be cooked fresh every day. It just can't be. Maybe it's because that is fun to think about. Just like maybe it's because it's so spicy that they're like the air will explode.
Shit gets way spicier when you microwave it too. So like,
no, it's like you can't cook Jamaican food every day because the island.
It's too hot.
Everyone will be sneezing. Everyone will be fucking.
Too much cumin in the air.
Everyone will be crying all day.
You can't chop that many onions.
That's what that song is about. No woman, no cry.
No fresh
Let's just get a
Jamaican food
pizza.
every day.
I remember yesterday's dinner. I'm gonna eat again for lunch. This would never happen. If I could somehow kidnap Gordon Ramsay and put him in like a prison.
I'm not gonna say I'm doing this.
Put him in like a futuristic prison where he's like being watched, and all he has is like a little Tykes plastic kitchen set. Like, do you think he would have fun with it?
I think he'd find a way.
Like, how long before he's just like, he's pretending to fry like an egg in the pan?
He totally would.
How long before he's like, all right, I put the broccoli in the shopping cart.
You give him a fake grocery store.
He's getting a little fake grocery store. It's like that little kids thing where it's like a grocery store, a little kitchen. Oh, use the credit card. Ching.
Ching, ching. They got the big pull handle like the toy cash registers do. Ching, ching.
And then meanwhile, it's me and the other executives at Fox.
Like, this is the next Squid Game.
This is the next thing, man. We kidnap people already on your network.
Let's ruin your network.
We're gonna ruin shows you already have.
Next, we're gonna put Seth
those.
MacFarlane in a cage with a dildo and see how long it takes for him to break.
We're gonna put Seth MacFarlane in a cage where they can read his mind, and then a guy dressed as Homer Simpson somehow says what he's about to say right before he can every single time.
Finally, just offs himself.
Yeah. Every thought Seth MacFarlane has is instantly translated through the Homer Simpson machine before he has a chance to even fully express it himself. Dave Chappelle.
My name's Dave. My name is Dave.
My name's Dave.
My name is Dave is about Dave going across he's crossing off all of the transgendered people he needs to apologize to.
My name is Dave.
He has to go apologize to every single one.
There's an episode where Dave Chappelle's just like, well, I knew this day would come. And he's just walking up to Viacom offices. Sorry, guys. I know you had promos for the third season. I really left you high and
Really
dry.
shouldn't have left.
I know this company
And I
bigger
left
than
you
just
with,
me.
of all people, Donnell Rawlings.
Donnell Rawlings.
To fill my shoes.
It's him and Jamie Presley still in it. She's like the same character.
She's still pregnant. Crabman is still following him
No,
around.
Donnell Rawlings would play the Ethan Suplee character.
No, I'm still fat.
I'm fat. My name's Dave.
My name is Dave, and boy, am I sorry.
I was reading Tim Dillon's Wikipedia page earlier.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got to poop. And,
Take a shit every now and then.
everybody got to poop.
Everybody got a
You
poop.
cannot poop Jamaican food every day.
It's too spicy on your butthole. That's why she can't make it fresh every day. She's got to try it, and then she's got to take some spicy poop.
Maybe that's what it is.
Can't
Is she's
handle
like, you cannot cook Jamaican food every day. Diversity is the spice of life. I make
Sometimes I like-
manicotti.
Sometimes I like spaghetti and meatballs. Sometimes I like a veal prosciutto.
Sometimes I like to go next door and get grilled chicken breast pizza.
There's a Subway down the street. And variety is the spice of a Subway.
It's true. That's why I like about Subway.
There's a lot of variety.
I haven't been there in a while, though.
Someone at work described their Subway order to me one day, and I was like, I think you should kill yourself. I think you should. He's like, you gotta get a flatbread, pepperoni.
Good Lord.
I was like, already this order's off the rails. Flatbread,
I think you met an alien.
pepperoni.
Was this guy bald and wearing a suit? He came with the glowing skin. is my favorite meal to eat as a human.
He's like, I still got half mine from lunch and the walk-in.
I would like extra napkin on top.
Yes, I'd like a cookie. On the side, though.
On the side. Cookie.
That'd be great if they're like, you want a cookie? And you're like, what? No. I'll take it on the side, maybe.
Can I get, can I get a white chocolate macadamia? Yeah, of course.
6 inch.
Crumpled up. Can you sort of crumple, like, shred it on top? Just break it up on top. They do it like the tomato, like the cheese, where they break it in half and then like alternating triangles.
They do it like fresh ground black pepper. They just put it over like a piece of wax paper and they're like, tell me when. Oh, I'm on a diet. I should say stop, but
Those Subway cookies are good. No, I used to get a pretty good Subway sandwich.
yeah.
And sometimes my mom and other people would be like, wow, get me one of those. I remember as a kid being like, yeah, I should open a restaurant. Yeah, I think I should be on Iron Chef.
I've pretty much got what it takes.
Yeah, I think I pretty much know what's going on. Someday the Food Network will make a turkey breast foot long with Dan Alton. Nah, man, that was
My parents will get a foot long tuna from Subway and split it, which I'm like, you guys are the laziest people I've ever met in my life.
It's also because your parents aren't very like they're not very in love,
Well, they're still together.
but they're not exactly the type of couple where it's like, honey,
Well, they can't. Well, it's one of the few things they agree on.
honey, let's get a tuna.
That's their date night.
Let's get a tuna.
And you know what? I'm feeling wacky. Let's get it toasted.
I like to think they don't even split it; they share it. So they're
Bite for bite.
Yeah, bite for bite. It's not a each holding a 6-inch situation.
No.
It's your dad holding a 6-inch, taking a bite, holding it out towards your mother.
Yeah.
She takes a bite.
Holds it out to him.
Why is she? So they do 2 bites.
Well, they take a bite.
So your dad does his own bite.
Well, he takes a bite. He starts chewing and he hands it over to her. She takes a bite. While she's chewing, she takes it
holds
out of his hand. And
Yeah.
when he swallows,
because
she
it's
puts
too heavy at first.
it's a little too heavy at first. They're old. They're older.
So
You know,
she's
my
like,
parents are older.
Your mom's like, I can only hold this if 2 bites have been taken out of it. I need 2 bites to have been taken
Honey,
out.
you got to take a couple bites of this for me.
Honey, you gotta take a bite?
This is.
Then I'll take a bite. Then I can hold it.
Then I can hold it.
Then I can hold it, and you can use the remote to put on Spider-Man Far From Home.
No, you put on Antiques Roadshow.
More like Antiques Load Show. I'm fucking coming everywhere. You'll hear that in the South with stuff. People will just straight up be like, oh yeah, my family has a bunch of like racist money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because it's by now they're like enough generations like separated from the actual
Racism.
people. Yeah. That they're like it's the op. They're like, oh yeah, no, I believe in reparation. I do it.
I hate all this money that I'm not going to give to anyone ever.
Yeah. No, they give they. I mean, some of them obviously are all different, but I know plenty of people who are like they'll like, I'll come to town and they'll be like, here's $25 for a shirt, and I'll be like, oh, let me give you some change, and they're like, no, I'm fine, man. I got like old slave
I like
racist
to give my
money.
slave money to white people. I like to give my slave money.
Well, no, when
to-
I'm on the road,
Well, we don't need to talk about it.
I put on the put on the old
Listen, you got to make money somewhere.
look, pal. What if it's a movie called The Shining? And it's just Jack Nicholson busting through the door with a blackface shoe shine on his face.
Here's Johnny Cochran.
There you go. There you go. It's The Shining, parentheses, as in shoe shine, because he's wearing blackface. And that would be a horror movie.
That'd be terrifying.
Because it's about a woman and a son
Yeah.
being like, we aren't okay with this.
I hate it.
And that's a symbolism. Because the white...
That's a symbolism.
That's a symbolism.
And that's a symbolism.
You're watching Italian film commentary. Close to my Dracula.
Sexy Italian film commentary.
My Italian and my Dracula are so fucking close. Spicy meat man. This is a meat man.
Yeah, sure.
No, I was on stage in Cleveland. I was doing a crowd work show, and I was talking about this old guy's long balls.
Yeah.
And then this young guy in the crowd.
They were showing.
showing. This young guy in the crowd, he's like, I got some swirlers. And then I was like, what? He's like, my balls are long. They drip down, swirling. But so he meant like in the toilet. They swirl in the toilet.
Okay.
But I was confused, and I thought he said squirrelers.
Oh, I thought he had testicular torsion.
No, so then I was like, I thought he was like, yeah, I go to the park, I wear shorts, I'm playing frisbee, all of a sudden I'm getting pulled in the opposite direction. Two squirrels got my nuts.
Two squirrels grabbed my balls.
They think fucking Thanksgiving come early.
They think these acorns are big.
Yeah.
Although I think probably a ball is usually the average size of an acorn.
Yeah. No, I had to wear a Halloween costume on short notice. What do you think I did?
I mean, I think you did what you usually do on the road.
What?
A little shining.
No, my shoe polish act. Well, no, I had to wear a costume in addition to that.
I wouldn't even know.
I got a bunch of toilet paper.
Oh, you did a little mummy thing?
Well, I wrapped myself in toilet paper.
But you call yourself the cummy. You're like, I came in.
No,
all
I
this.
said, what do you think I am, a mummy? And the guy said, yeah, you're a mummy? I said, no, I'm a big piece of shit.
So you wrap up your pieces of shit?
And then I
toilet
said,
paper?
I thought I'd dress up to go out on the town. And then I instantly abandoned that costume as part of my set.
I don't even understand the idea.
I fucking hate Halloween.
I hate it too, man.
I fucking hate it. Also, I was
worst.
correct because we're like doing the show on Halloween, and like it's a crowd work show, so everyone's gonna wear costumes probably, and then you also wear costume, and then.
And that just turns into you wearing a costume.
But in my mind, I'm like, anyone who's gonna go to a comedy show on Halloween, it's clearly somebody who doesn't give a fuck about Halloween.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna wear a costume
No.
because that's like the thing I would do, and I don't wear costumes.
Yeah.
Like.
I'm a grown man.
Yeah, so it was just me and a bunch of other grown men in costumes. It was a comedy show.
There weren't any babies there. There weren't any babies on the lineup.
Yeah, and then it's just a bunch of people who are probably like, yeah, I don't like Halloween. It makes me think about how I lost my son in the divorce or whatever the hell. And then I'm out there. I look like a mummy. Just kidding. It's a joke thing.
I'm a piece of shit.
I'm a piece of shit.
Just like your son. Just like your dead son.
Dead son.
And you, as a father.
Let's
let him
hope
run
someone
into
says
traffic.
something that I mishear as.
Boy, I hope some wacky misunderstandings happen.
Boy, I hope something involving balls.
I hope an old man has his balls out.
Who's got their balls out? Everyone goes nuts. Sorry, everyone's nuts go.
Everyone nuts go.
Nuts go. Classic car song.
All
George
right.
Clooney.
So George Clooney.
Kill,
like-
fuck, marry.
Kill, fuck, marry.
George Clooney. Matt Affleck. No, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, and then Dealer's Choice. Kill, fuck, marry, but you have to come up with the three.
Kill, fuck, marry. Dealer's choice, though.
Dealer's Choice. Here's the twist, though. You get to choose. Why haven't they done a reality show that's like Kill, Fuck, Marry?
And you have to kill someone? Like it's like greatest game type thing. It's The Bachelor meets The Greatest Game.
It's
meets,
just three contestants on the screen.
Proposal.
three like contestants on the screen, and then someone's just like, I would kill her.
First of all, kill her.
I would fuck her. Like, everyone's just uncomfortable, and I would marry her. She's like, I'm the most uncomfortable somehow.
I think I'd rather be dead.
Jesus. What the fuck? Oh no.
She knocked your bowl over.
This dog loves playing. Call the press.
You've heard of man bites dog. What about dog loves playing?
Dog loves to rock out.
All right, well, if you want to come to the live funny dinner.
Yeah, come to the live funny dinner December 3rd and 4th. We're going to do it at a Planet of the Tapes.
Let's just start saying we're doing it and see. I think it'll work. I think if we just say we're doing
After my headlining shows at Planet of the Tapes, we're doing a live funny dinner.
You're not allowed to come in.
Yeah, we need everyone to leave the
But we do
venue.
record it live like we usually do.
It'll just be me on stage going, no merch, everyone out. We're about to do a live episode.
It's time.
Don't worry about your tab. Don't worry. No one
Just take your drinks with you.
take your drinks with you. Do not tip.
Everyone get out.
Do not tip.
But yeah, if you want to see a live funny dinner, just petition Planet of the Tapes.
Say Planet of the Tapes.
Let's see. I think I have Jim Bob's phone number. You guys can just call him.
Perfect. It's great. My mom the other day was like, Tig Notaro's coming to town. And I was like, yeah, you tell me that every year. It seems like she's on a schedule. My mom's always like, do you not like Tig Notaro? And I'm like, no, she's like a comedian. There's like a billion comedians.
So
and
many.
you asked me about one of them. You like... It's like we were joking about because Sam Town's opening
It's
for...
like, the Tig Notaro is to your mother as Judy Tenuta is to my mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, when are you going to open for Judy Tenuta?
The only
I don't know.
comic.
Like, probably never.
Yeah.
Patreon, YouTube. Check me out on Patreon.
You can follow us at the dog park.